a month. Call Rick, 801-809-SAVE, or click loansbyrick.com.
Rick Kirschenbaum, NMLS 241179, and Vintage Lending, NMLS 287106 are equal housing lenders. Some restrictions apply.
You know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but until you catch one, you're just stuck there holding your rod. Peak Vapor in Taylorsville. Need the right stuff? Go to the right place. Get what you need when you need it. Every time. For less. Because you can. That is all. Thank you.
Follow Kerry Jackson on Twitter at RFA.
Hey, it is 8:47. Let's award round 2 of your boners.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by a punchki or a slice of king cake. Either one.
And follow a baby whale on a magical journey to discover the incredible world of ocean currents, meet curious creatures along the way, see how the ocean nurtures all life on Earth, now playing at Clark Planetarium at the Gateway.
Well, indeed, these were all strong boner candidates. As Sherry voted and won the Autorama tickets, and she knew that they were all pretty equally weighted, and the votes were evenly distributed. Coming in dead last was Patrick Mahomes' brother, the turd, Jackson.
Yeah.
Then coming in second was the Estee Lauder executive. First, number 1, boner candidate number 1 wins. It was the harassment of the governor of Nevada.
All right. That is your winner of round 2. It goes forward. We've got a good boner fight coming up at 9:20. 2 good candidates. You'll vote for boner of the day at that time.
Wait a minute, you're saying that a Democrat won the boner?
No, it was...
No, he didn't win. He was harassed.
He was, yeah.
Today is, of course, it's Shrove Tuesday or Fat Tuesday, and that means that Mardi Gras starts tomorrow. And we have a king cake in the house.
King cake in the house.
It means Lent starts.
We don't have any punchkis though, and I really like those. I got to get some.
What are
punchkis.
those?
Well, they're kind of like a donut. They're Polish. And the Poles binge eat them right before Lent. You know, so you just eat as many, and a lot of times they're jelly filled. They're really
they're really fattening. Then,
yeah,
is the thing.
Yeah. So eat them up. Now, are you going to observe Lent by your traditional way of no French fries?
We talked about it at dinner last night, and even my kids were teasing me about giving up French fries.
Because they see that it really is not really much of a...
As I have told you time and time again, you give up something that is difficult for you to give up.
I never have
for
believed
you, Bill, it would be bourbon. If you had to give up bourbon for 40 days. And
your family agrees that it's really not that much of a thing to give up.
It is. It would be easier for me to give up booze for 40 days than French fries.
Fries.
That's the honest to God truth.
Wow.
I could give up booze easier than.
So you didn't. Once again this year, you're not listening to me, and you're not listening to your family. You're going to give up French fries.
Well, what would you have me do?
I would have you not give up anything because it's stupid.
It's a good, but what we were talking about is, so my husband, who's not Catholic, obviously, was saying how it's similar to Ramadan in that for a period of time it's because you give something up as a reminder for sacrifices, and Ramadan is the same. You boil most religions down to the same basic things, and that's what they do.
Don't let some people hear you say that.
The Eid is kind of like Mardi Gras, where it's a big feast and celebration. Mm-hmm. It's all the same stuff.
They have Mardi Gras celebrations, of course, in New Orleans, but don't they have big ones like in Rio in Brazil?
Oh yeah,
big Mardi Gras, same kind of thing with big parades and celebrations. And, the Mardi Gras was brought to America by the French, interestingly enough.
Ooh.
Because what Mardi Gras is a French, what is it?
Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday, in French. And they brought it to America it was 1699, so it wasn't America. They brought it to this continent. And I've never been, and I really, when I see pictures of it, I think, I don't want to be anywhere near that.
It's too much for you?
It's just too much. It's such excess, and people are not on their best behavior at Mardi Gras.
I've never heard you talking this way, Bill. Well, Adventure Bill, I think, would be on Mardi Gras.
Now, I like to be not on my best behavior. I just don't like being around other people who are not on their best behavior. See, it's okay for me to do it, but I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around people like me when I'm not on my best behavior.
You want to be the only one behaving badly. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, essentially. What it says here? Spain canceled Mardi Gras. Oh, in 1762, no more Mardi Gras. They said. But New Orleans hosts the Super Bowl of Mardi Gras. Mm-hmm. It's considered, the Mardi Gras celebration in the world, certainly.
Did they cancel it for COVID last year? Probably.
I think they did.
I think so, yeah.
You can't really have a Zoom Mardi Gras. That's not.
No.
How do they throw you the beads?
I can dangle beads. I can dangle beads in front of my camera, and then you can lift up your shirt.
But I don't. How do I get the beads?
You get to see them the way I get to see them. Here, let's try it. Here, Here, let's just see if it works.
No. The music's good. Is it worth going for that?
Yeah, I like that. We're gonna have jambalaya tonight.
Really? So you're celebrating this.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, and we really do have a king cake. I forget where my wife said she got it. Smith's usually has them for Mardi Gras.
See, you participate in the fun things, but you don't do the hard thing, which is giving something up for the next 40
God,
days.
no. No, do the fun stuff. Not the, I'm not going to wear a hair shirt and, flagellate myself.
No?
With what do they call it, a challis or something?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Well, we know sacrifice in our house.
What are you sacrificing?
Every Monday through Thursday, we try to remember to take it easy on our livers. We try really hard.
Monday through Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's anything goes. It's also, March 1st is Yap Day.
Yap Day?
Yeah. It says Yap Day is celebrated on March 1st in Yap State, one of the 4 states that make up the Federated States of Micronesia. Today, the island natives celebrate all things Yap, their culture, their food, traditions, family, and, of course, scuba diving.
But do they have a party?
Yeah, they do. They have parades.
You
and,
just care about the
parties.
party.
Yeah. Now, does Mardi Gras look fun to you?
Me? No, but I'm historically averse to fun.
Well, that's true.
When have I ever embraced fun?
Come on,
No,
Gina,
you
it'll
see-
be fun.
Never.
No.
No, see, I'm with Bill on this, and that is, it's the same reason that I don't go out on St. Patrick's Day or New Year's. The amateurs are out,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be around the amateurs.
Yeah.
You know?
Loutish behavior.
Exactly.
I mean, I get drunk and occasionally I could be a lout, but mostly not. Mostly you don't even know that I'm drunk.
Sure.
Well, somebody says they just got back from Mardi Gras and it was absolute madness. Fremont Street is a very tame place in comparison.
Fremont Street in Las Vegas, comparing to, yeah.
Oh, they do one there, right?
Yeah, they do a fake one there. Yeah.
Well,
I do like this music, though.
yep.
Buckwheat Zydeco.
Yeah.
I like
It's a good album.
Dr. John as well. A little bit different style of.
Yep.
It's the voodoo music.
All right. Traffic, Gina, please.
So crash southbound I-15, 39th South in Murray. Crash southbound I-15 up in Davis County at 2nd South. That's milepost 335, the left lane affected there. Crash eastbound Park Lane at I-15 in Farmington. That is off to the right shoulder as well. And looks like that's about it. If you see something, you can text us 339.
Really fast. We had a caller that reported an accident. It's a multi-vehicle crash on I-15 southbound, just north of 70th South.
Oh, okay. Thank you for doing that. You can also text those in, of course, at 33986. Locally owned Young Automotive Group has over 8 different brands across 6 automotive and powersport dealerships. Check out the variety online at youngautomotivegroup.com. Think Young, think Layton.
Texter says, Gina, if you give up booze instead of fries, you're going to get more credit.
Or credit. I do want credit.
Because, people are like, fries.
Yeah.
But if they say give up booze, then they go, So there's something. All right.
Is it 40 days? Is that
Yep.
how long it is? 40 days? Okay. I'm going to do it.
Do what?
I'll give up booze for 40 days.
Really?
Yeah, what, starting
Yeah, but
tomorrow?
when you give up booze, you give up certain booze.
No, I'll give it all up.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I have some hard seltzer in the refrigerator, so I might drink that. But when that's...
Well, you got today. Finish it off.
Well, I can't drink them all.
It'll be fine after 40 days. It'll keep.
Okay.
That's mostly not alcohol, though.
Okay,
Those are
starting
That's
tomorrow.
water.
Starting tomorrow, 40
Okay.
days.
All right.
No booze. Because
All right.
I give you a hard time saying French fries is nothing. I'm gonna show you what it's like to give something serious up.
So you can today, right? You can.
Yeah, that's what Mardi Gras is all
tomorrow.
about.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Tomorrow,
finish
like
them off.
Okay.
All right. So we will take a break. We will be back with Boner Fight, KXRK Provo. We talked briefly about this yesterday, but the subject of billboards came up, and Todd came to us and said, want to do some billboards for November. We did our zombie ones for October, for Halloween. How about something for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
And we thought, well, let's give away some turkeys.
Can we give away turkeys? We have to ask. Can we give away turkeys?
Let's give away some turkeys.
Seems like the thing to do for the season.
And Todd said, sure, we can do that. That's easy.
So can we promote that on a billboard that we're giving away turkeys?
And so I didn't speak to the graphics guy, but we have an in-house graphics guy. We have a couple of them, actually. And said, somebody conveyed to him, look, they're giving away turkeys or free turkeys.
Well, he claims that he was not communicated with.
Well, that's
correctly.
what he claims. So now the Billboard.
If you go to x96.com/live, you can
see it's kind of stretched out.
It's a squished version, yeah. I mean, for some reason, he chose to put our heads on cooked turkey bodies.
and then it just says turkeys.
And it says turkeys. Now, and then
I think
it says radio from Hell Mornings X96.
I
Turkeys, exclamation
Turkeys!
point.
Yeah, I think this is Tracy giving us the big middle finger.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think people are going to see this and go, I think Radio from Hell's giving away free turkey.
Exactly.
I think what it's doing, it's calling us
turkeys. That's obviously what it's doing.
That's what I think is happening here.
I, for one, am offended.
And well, you should be. And plus, your drumstick is burnt.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Look at that. You're over.
No one will eat that.
I have kind of a nice tan.
Yeah,
But
I'm a little overcooked.
I look like I've been in the tanning booth.
But I think, okay, so look, I'm willing. Look, my gut says he did it on purpose because for some reason he doesn't like us.
He did.
But I'm willing to give him a second chance to fix it. Unfortunately, he's about a week and a half behind on his art. So
how long does it take to?
He's got other assignments. He's got the soccer team.
How are people going to know we're giving away free turkeys?
Well, we'll give one away, tomorrow, Katie? We'll probably give one away tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll give away a turkey. That better be a Norbest.
We are trying to focus on Thanksgiving because we feel like it gets neglected every year and just rushed right through the season to Christmas. Yep. I found this Thanksgiving traditions that have been mostly forgotten, so we need to bring...
Traditions that have been mostly forgotten. Okay.
Thanksgiving greeting cards.
I know Cabin Fever has a bunch of those.
So Christmas cards, everybody knows that, Valentine's cards. But back in the 1800s, people used to give each other Thanksgiving greetings. And this is what Dave says at Cabin Fever. This is the perfect time of year to send somebody a note saying why you're thankful for them.
Yeah.
My family still does that one.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, so I could send somebody a note saying, I will be very thankful if you would invite me over for Thanksgiving dinner.
I guess you could do that.
I mean, you can.
I mean, please invite me for Thanksgiving dinner. I would be very thankful.
Playing football before dinner, like the Kennedys do.
Oh, touch football, yeah.
Yeah, touch football in the yard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to do that for Thanksgiving.
Place cards on your
Names,
dining room table.
where you have your name on it. And there'd be little turkeys or something like that.
That was only at like weddings.
No, you do Thanksgiving.
No, Thanksgiving. Well, it's because you never have anybody over.
And
exactly.
And especially these days, those are important because maybe you don't want Grandpa Trumpy to be sitting next to.
Try to avoid.
Maybe that's for really big families.
Well,
I have a super small family.
We do that, and now there are 3 of us at home, but we do that every night anyway.
Oh, it's a good idea.
Because I don't ever remember where I'm supposed to sit.
Oh boy.
Using your grandma's old recipes.
Oh, yes.
That's
Actually, I use Gordon Ramsay's
My
recipe
grandma
now,
was a
but-
terrible cook.
Oh, so you don't want that.
Oh.
And at dinner.
I use her recipe for putting that cheese in the celery. That's what I use her recipe.
At dinner, actually going around the table and saying what you're thankful for.
We do that, and my mom cries every single time.
Why would you do that on Thanksgiving?
Because that's what it's all about.
Oh, it's right there in the name, isn't it?
Thanks. Giving.
Breaking the wishbone.
I remember.
Oh, because
Thursday turns with Todd on X96. Rant from Hell.
Hi, Todd.
Good morning.
Good
Todd,
morning.
I'm dangling some beads in front of the camera, Todd.
I'm lifting my shirt. And
Okay. Todd Newcomb is the program director here at X96, and so he's responsible for us, and he's responsible for the music you hear and a lot of stuff. And every Tuesday, Todd likes to bring us a special song because he likes us so much.
I do, and this is a good one that I've got for you today. So Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam, he's been working on a solo album that came out on the 11th of February, so it's been out about a month. And it's pretty good. And on it, he's collaborating with all sorts of folks like Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers on many of the tracks, Josh Klinghoffer, who's a friend of Pearl Jam and the Chili Peppers, is on a lot of the tracks. Even Elton John is on one of them.
Wow.
And today I'm going to play a song that I really like. It's called Brother the Cloud. And his album Earthling is out now. And it's pretty good. It's, if you're into Pearl Jam, you'll definitely like what Eddie kind of does on his own.
Okay.
Wait,
what's it called again?
Brother the Cloud?
Yeah, Brother of the Cloud.
Okay. All right, Eddie. All right.
Just give him a minute, Carrie. It'll all make sense in a minute.
All right.
Lyrically, he's expressing, he's talking about a loss, like a brother that has passed on, and he's sort of seeing him in the sky and in the clouds.
Oh, okay. All right.
Imagery.
So it's cheerful.
Well, it's Eddie
it's
Vedder.
a happy number, yes.
Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky, Eddie Vedder, and Brother the Cloud. Tuesday Tunes with Todd on X96.
Bone from the turkey, you're supposed to break it, and whoever gets the bigger piece, they're supposed to have.
Make a wish.
You kind of have to save it because it doesn't.
Well, it does have to dry.
It has to dry out.
Yeah, otherwise it's never going to break for you.
Yeah. Using the good china and the good so what are some of the things your family does, Katie?
We do it buffet style. I don't know about other people, but we do solid buffet style. So we set everything out, and then we just go through the kitchen, then go to sit in the dining room.
That makes a lot more sense than trying to pass it around, doesn't it?
I think the only thing we really pass are the rolls, and that's because everybody eats multiple rolls. We have butt rolls every single year.
What?
Yeah. So.
Okay, great.
So we make our own rolls, but you know how frozen rolls come in just like little balls of dough?
Yeah.
So we put 2 of them in a pie, like a
muffin tin.
Muffin tin, yeah. So we put 2 in one tin, and when they expand and they cook, they become butt rolls, and you can pull them in half perfectly.
This is what you call them on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we call them
is
butt rolls.
I'm gonna butter my butt roll.
We used to use a traditional family recipe for the turkey, and then Gordon Ramsay's recipe came out. And it has the best gravy I've ever had in my entire life. So we use that from now on.
It's donkey gravy.
It's amazing gravy that you put like lemons, onions, and things inside of the turkey and let it cook. And then you pull all those out. You cut off the wings and stuff, and you let it boil in cider beer, something, and broth. And then you mash all of it.
You got to get just the right amount of something, though.
Yeah, I know. You mash all of that up, and you reduce it down, and it makes the most flavorful gravy I've ever had in my life. I can bring some into you guys after Thanksgiving if you want to try.
Yeah, bring me a cup of gravy.
Anytime.
I'd love a cup of gravy.
I know you would, Bill.
Now here's a text. Back in the 1800s, we used chamber pots. Are we going to bring them back?
Well,
that's a weird Thanksgiving tradition you got there, dude.
What did they use chamber pots
That's weird.
for?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't want to know.
I don't either.
What's the one thing that you have at Thanksgiving dinner that you never eat? That you go, why are we having this? We have this because it's tradition, and you don't.
And
eat
nobody
it.
touches it.
Well, no, but just you personally.
Cranberries.
Oh,
you don't like cranberries?
I like them. You asked something that we don't eat during the year, but we have.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean,
what did you mean?
At Thanksgiving dinner.
That's
you
prepared.
put it out. You put it out, and nobody will.
And nobody.
Or you won't eat it.
That would be me. Cranberry sauce. I don't like it.
I can't think of it. Pumpkin pie.
You
I
pretty
don't
much
care
don't
for
care.
the pumpkin
I don't
pie.
waste my time with pumpkin pie.
It has to be the homemade pumpkin pie from my family with actual real pumpkin.
Well, I insist on having Brussels sprouts, but I know that some people don't eat them.
We have them all year.
Yeah, you don't have to wait.
Well, no, but you gotta have them on Thanksgiving.
You gotta.
Gotta.
Okay.
Solo stuff. Brother the Cloud. Let's see. Response. Texters. I like this Tuesday tune.
I like it too.
Here's another one. This takes me back to high school.
Totally.
I watched a couple of videos of the tour he's doing with this, and he at one point Stuart Copeland comes out and they do "Message in a Bottle." They put that was pretty cool. There's some really cool clips of him touring with this Earthling, but I like that song.
Did I see him kiss some guy on the lips in that video? Was that the one?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think he did.
Now, Corey in the chat room says the song is about not just Eddie's brother, but Chris Cornell.
That's right. I read that, and about somebody else too. Another person that we lost to suicide. Yeah, that's right. I read that.
Oh, I think it was Chester.
Yeah,
probably Chester Bennington.
Yeah,
because they were all all friends.
That's right. That is right. Well, there you go.
Well,
okay,
nice.
Brand new Eddie Vedder, brother the clown.
Good stuff.
Well, thank you, Todd. Thank you very much.
We'll see you later.
Are we going to have?
Huh?
I was going to ask, are we going to have meetings later today? Because oh my God, I hope so.
I sure hope so too. I'll show up.
Well,
too.
They're scheduled. I'll say that. You know, you could put a stop to it if you'd like. Yes, we'll be there. All right.
I love me a good meeting.
Thank you, Todd.
Thursday turns with Todd on X96. Rant for Pal.
Okay, 9:12 right now. Let's see. Do we have anything really quick before we go to break here?
We got Boner Fight coming up in a second, and we also have a disturbing celebrity story for you.
Oh no!
I'm up for disturbing
our
celebrities.
precious celebrities.
Oh no!
All right, we'll have that for you coming up.
Okay.
After these, stand by. The International Sportsman's Expo.
Oh yeah, listen, I'm going to be at that. As a matter of fact,
it's March 17th through the 20th at the Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy.
Yeah, it's if you camp or fish or hunt, this is something you want to go to.
Oh, this is for my son Mohammed. He does all of those things.
You can discover your next adventure. You can buy the latest gear, meet pros who know how to use that gear. And I mean, they have everything. Like, I know your son is interested in bow hunting. They have that sort of thing.
They got fish finders?
I'm sure they do.
I bet they got fish finders.
Special.
Try harder, Gina. That's easy.
Free instruction, product tryout, even challenges in the form of competition. And they have stuff for kids there as well, hosted by a local nonprofit group. Free activities for kiddies, so you can just dump them off, sort of, and you can go look at the stuff. So it's the International Sportsman's Expo. It's at the Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy, March 17th through the 20th.
Did you miss?
Al. Spell it with me now. A-L. Al. And now we'll use it in some dialogue with our friends LeVar and LeGrand. Today, the boys are out in the woods hunting with their California friend, Chip. A conversation ensues.
Hey, nice of you guys to bring me on the deer hunt. I've never had a chance to do this.
Never been hunting before, huh, Chip? Well, why am I not surprised? You'll notice that the rest of us, Chip, are wearing a highly visible flame orange attire. Now, while very colorful and attractive, your Hawaiian shirt ain't what I'd call appropriate.
It's kind of like hunting with Magnum P.I. You ever been in the great outdoors at all, Mr. Selleck?
I've been to the Grunion Run in Long Beach.
Well, we're not talking about sissy boys in their running shorts here, Chip. We're talking about hunting, fishing, manly sports.
Yeah, manly sports, hunting, fishing.
I free climbed Half Dome at Yosemite last summer.
Oh, fine. You climbed up some rocks at some Bugs Bunny theme park or something. You ever bagged a 4-point? You ever bagged it and tagged it and gutted it in a blinding snowstorm?
With a real bad earache and a wooden leg?
You don't have a wooden leg.
Well, with a bad earache and while you're half drunk.
LeVar, have you been drinking? I've told you I do not approve of drinking, and certainly not drinking while we're on the hunt.
Of course, you know why he's upset, don't you, Chip? It's the old story, why you should always take more than one of the elders like Legrand here hunting with you. Because if you only take one, he'll drink all your beer.
Real funny, Lavore.
I don't get it.
Well, Chip, you see...
What's that?
What?
That?
Oh, Al.
That can't be Al. Al's back at camp.
Sure, it ain't the camp owl. I'll bet it's a different owl.
What? How could there be another owl? Especially way out here in the woods.
Well, the camp owl was probably a born owl. Oh, now, this one sounds like a horned owl.
And now I know that joke about all you Utahns have horns. Al has horns.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. These fetching Californians seem to have their own language, you know?
$9.18 right now. Everybody all right? Holding up?
Just barely, yeah.
Hanging in there.
By a thread. You know, I'm like one of those little kitties hanging on a branch that you see in the dentist's office. You know, on the
You're
picture. Like when they put you back in the chair to start working on your teeth, and they have pictures on the ceiling. And one of them was always a cat hanging on a branch. And it said, hang in there. On
That's where you're at?
Mm-hmm.
We're in the motivational poster portion of the program.
That's right.
Jump to right now.
I need that because I was just reading the political story interview with Fiona Hill, who said, "Oh yeah, nuclear weapons. Oh yeah, Putin he'd totally do that." So
Thanks,
I need
Fiona.
to hang in there. I need the hang in there poster.
Let's see, you can throw it over you when the bomb goes off?
Sure.
Like a blanket?
Hang in there.
Hanging in there, brought to you by, as a business owner, have you ever felt self-conscious about the size of your brand? Huge Brands is your local one-stop shop for screen printing, embroidery, and custom merchandise. Get huge. Visit hugebrands.com.
If Putin starts flinging nukes, you know who I'm going to blame? Warner Brothers.
Warner
Brothers.
Why Warner Brothers?
They're canceling the Russian release of the Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah, isn't that what they call it? The Batman?
That's the new movie, The Batman.
Yeah. The Russians can't see it. And Disney is also, they say we're going to stop releasing films in Russia. So I'm not sure this is a good idea. It's going to make them very upset.
Well, we have to deprive them of everything that's important. So
again, you want the people to rise up, take away their entertainment.
I didn't read the review, but I saw it was very negative about the Batman.
Which one? Because I've been seeing a bunch of really good ones.
It was in the British press, I think, this morning.
Well, the Brits. What do they know?
They said it was. I didn't read the whole thing, but I saw the word dismal.
Well, it's because it's not a comedy. All the reviews I've been reading have been positive. It actually makes me think I might go to a movie theater.
Ryan Reynolds, he had to hang in there. He's opened up about his struggle with anxiety.
I showed that to my daughter this morning because I was looking at that story because she has anxiety.
Yeah.
And I said, look, Ryan Reynolds has anxiety. And she said, he's married to Blake Lively. Why does he have anxiety? And I said, that's the thing about anxiety. It doesn't matter if you're married to Blake Lively or not.
You should tell her to marry somebody that looks like Blake Lively and she won't have anxiety.
I'll be honest with you. If I was married to Blake Lively, I would have anxiety.
That would give you anxiety.
Yeah.
There's something about her that just, I don't know.
He says, Ryan Reynolds admits that he feels like he has two parts of his personality. The Deadpool actor, who is well known for his comic and charismatic persona, has spoken about his mental health struggles in the past and explained in a new interview that he has had anxiety throughout most of his life. I've had anxiety throughout most of my life, he said. Through my whole body. My whole body. He was on CBS's Sunday morning show. You know, I feel like I have two parts of my personality. That one takes over when that happens. He said, when I go out like on Letterman or something, when I would go on Letterman back in the day, I was always very nervous and anxious. But I remember standing backstage and the curtain would open and I'd think to myself, I'm going to die. I'm literally going to die here. And then he
didn't die.
No.
Yeah, I looked at Rotten Tomatoes. They're giving the Batman 87%, so that's pretty
up
good.
There, yeah. And Amanda Bynes, I guess she has been in a conservatorship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, her parents say that they think she's better and they should end the conservatorship. But her attorney says Amanda has put in the work. She's gotten herself into a good place, and she probably doesn't need that much guidance anymore. Her lawyer says the conservatorship was never meant to be in place for her entire life. The goal was always for it to end, and within the last 2 years, she and her parents realized the significant progress she has made coping with bipolar disorder. And what is she famous for? Some Disney stuff? Is that what she's known for, Gina?
Yeah. She was in Hairspray.
Nickelodeon. She had her own Amanda show.
Mm-hmm.
She had a whole show about her. And she did different characters and stuff like that. She's my age, roughly.
Sarah Palin, former vice presidential candidate, has asked a U.S. court to give her a new trial. She lost her defamation case against the New York Times earlier this month, requested that the judge overseeing the case be disqualified. Palin's attorney said last week that they would take steps because several jurors received push notifications on their cell phones before deliberations were over about U.S. District Judge Jed Rakov's decision to dismiss the case no matter what the jury said. The jury rejected the Republican former Alaska governor's argument that the newspaper and former editorial page editor defamed her in a June 2017 editorial that incorrectly linked her to a shooting in Arizona where 6 people died and Congresswoman Gabby Giffords was seriously wounded. The New York Times did misstate. They had said that she was responsible for that crosshairs ad that showed Gabby Gifford. I think it was Gabby Giffords specifically in the crosshairs, like in a rifle scope, and then she was shot shortly thereafter. Well, she didn't do that, and the New York Times immediately retracted it. They, oops, sorry, we are sorry. We did, and I think within 24 hours they retracted it or less. And so the judge, it's hard to prove defamation in the United States. You're in Britain, it's a different thing. But she's looking for a new trial. I don't know. I'm guessing she won't get it.
Probably not.
Yeah, she just needs to be quiet and go home.
But I can see Russia from my house. It's in my party.
Democratic Senator Joe Manchin joined with Senate Republicans on Monday to oppose legislation codifying the right to an abortion. Senators voted 46 to 48 to move the bill toward a debate on the Senate floor, falling just short of the 3/5 vote needed to move it forward. The bill, which passed the House last year, enshrines the right to an abortion and pushes back against state-level restrictions. The Senate's failed vote comes as the Supreme Court is weighing a case that would curb Roe versus Wade. Sadly, it looks like the Supreme Court will limit abortion rights in the coming months, and that's why this bill was essential, said Chuck Schumer. Well, it didn't. It was guaranteed to fail because it needed 60 votes, and Manchin was one of the people who.
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong with him is
not a Democrat.
He's a Democrat in a very conservative state and a very conservative district. So he tries to, do what he thinks those voters want.
I'm just going to send a letter to the GOP and ask them to come pick him up.
Water conservation, infrastructure, public education are set to receive landmark funding this year in Utah as lawmakers approve the budget on Friday. I think we're dealing with the largest budget we've ever had in state history, said Senate Budget Chairman Jerry Stevenson. The Utah legislature had over $2 billion extra money to spend this year after new revenue estimates added extra $432 million in one-time revenue, $384 million in ongoing funds than was previously expected. That total amount available to spend this year now includes $1.46 billion one-time money and $570 million in ongoing new money. And the legislature says they will be using a lot of that on environment issues, hopefully. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Florida man wanted in a Waffle House machete attack.
Whoa! Not my son. This was not my son.
Well, let's see. A woman...
I don't think it was. I didn't talk to him yesterday. I guess it could have been.
Well, let's see if I haven't read the whole story. Maybe it'll name him. A woman was attacked by a machete-wielding assailant at a Florida Waffle House on Thursday. NBC affiliate WESH reported the officers were called to a stabbing at 4 a.m. that morning. Surveillance video showed a man speaking with several Waffle House customers. This is at 4 o'clock in the morning. There are a lot of people in there. Before approaching the victim and speaking with her in a booth, officer said it was at that point that the man pulled out a machete and started cutting at her multiple times. A witness said the victim screamed as it happened. Police said the attacker walked out of the restaurant and left in a red SUV. Gina.
Oh, see, no, he has a truck. So.
Oh, okay.
Until that detail, I wasn't sure, but.
The victim survived, called 911, and said, "I didn't know the man, and I don't know why he did this. I would suspect it had something to do with the waffles."
Sure, blame the waffles.
Yeah. A secret passageway in a Virginia house has led to a heartwarming discovery. Anna Prilliman, loves spending time relaxing in her home with her dog. But when she bought the house, she didn't know that the house came with a hidden mystery. When she was spring cleaning her home in Richmond, Virginia, she found a panel leading to a hidden part of her attic. Didn't require a key. It was just held shut with a simple latch. The secret room, she went into the secret room and found boxes stuffed with hundreds of handwritten letters sent to a young woman named Betty Sue from a young man named Vance. They were love letters.
I want to find secret love letters.
Perelman noted that the letters were written in cursive and were clearly parts of a love story. Perelman felt that reading the letters was an invasion of Vance and Betty's privacy, but she couldn't bring herself to throw them away. So 70 years after those letters were written, she turned to social media to try and find a relative to pass them on to, and within days she found a promising lead. She reached out to Dalton Long, who lived 3,000 miles away in Portland, Oregon, and he confirmed that following a string of written correspondence, Vance and Betty were eventually married. And he knew that because Vance and Betty were his grandparents. They were married for 50 years.
Coming soon to the Hallmark Channel.
Exactly.
And he said, I would love to have those letters, and she sent them to him. So there you go.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, here we go. The winner from round one, 7 o'clock hour. You remember that one. Banning books is exhausting. Parents United group saying that here in Utah, school libraries are just loaded with pornography.
No, they're not.
And it's exhausting trying to have to look through all of those darn books to find out the pornography and get it out of the school libraries. Well, Gina, have you read every book in those libraries? No, you haven't. Well, then how do you know they're not loaded with pornography?
I trust our librarians.
Well, there you go. There's your error. Going up against number 2, we're going to string you up. We should string you up by a lamppost. 2 men chasing Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak and his family out of a restaurant, making racist comments as well. Mr. Sisolak's wife is of Chinese heritage. There you go, number 2.
All right. There you go. You've got to decide of these 2 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one should be Boner of the Day for today, 1 or 2? Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text and then text that to 33986. Or you can call the producer's booth and use your voice to vote, 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight March 1, 2022, and vote there. If you don't see that box, and you probably won't right away, refresh your internet browser. It should appear. See, we just put it up there, so it's new. Go ahead. You have until the end of these messages. This is Boner of the Day.
I call this poem, I Hate X96. I can ride the wildest bronco in the wild and woolly west. I can take him, I can break him, let him do his level best. I can handle any cattle, ever wore a coat of hair. Hell, I've even had to tussle with a mean old grizzly bear. But there's one thing I can't handle, it nearly makes me sick. I gotta listen to that god-awful music just to hear my poems on X96. Oh, it's nice of Carrie and Bill to play my poems on the radio, but God, that music they put on about makes my lunch chunks blow. Who are these violent femmes? Their songs just make me sick. And then there's that Morrissey, a whining limey prick. When that 9-inch nails feller sings closer, it makes me feel mighty mean. And them 2 cute boys from Eraser are the biggest sissies I've ever seen. Give me country music from Bocephus, from Merle, and from Willie. I don't want no caterwauling from The Cure, or bands with names that are downright silly. like hoodoo gurus. Gene loves Jezebel, Weezer, and Ween. And MC 900-foot Jesus. Jesus, what the hell does that mean? I wish I could do my cowboy poems on a station with good old boys what plays country tunes, instead of that X96 with its long-haired, earring-wearing, sissified, sushi-eating, devil-worshipping goons. There is one good thing about X96. Heed my words if you wanna. At least them immoral bastards don't play them skank hooer songs by Madonna. I'm Conway Skinner.
$9.37, let's award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by delicious baked chicken thighs with rice and Brussels sprouts.
And locally owned Young Automotive Group has over 8 different brands across 6 automotive and powersport dealerships. Check out the variety online at youngautomotivegroup.com. Think Young, think Ogden.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would have sworn that the local candidate would be the winner. Banning books is exhausting.
Didn't win?
No,
that surprises me.
No, by 20 votes. Oh, the governor, the harassment of the governor of Nevada, Steve Sisolak. Sisolak, yeah. That won by 20 votes.
That surprises me. Maybe some of the book banners were voting for that instead.
Oh, it could be.
Well, we don't know. You pick them. Yeah. That's Boner of the Day for March 1st, 2022, now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
Anybody know where I can buy a back scratcher?
You got kids in the house, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like right now, I need to scratch my back, and it happens every once in a while.
Go in a doorway. Doorway is a great back scratcher.
Yeah, I've done that, but like right now, just sitting here, I'd be scratching my back while I was talking to you. Nobody's being helpful here. You don't know where I can buy one?
I don't know where you can buy one, no.
Not one that can be delivered to you in seconds. That's why I suggested the door jam. Just go in there and like a bear does on a tree.
I do that. And when we go to commercial break, I'm going to do that.
I stole my dad's back scratcher that he's had for a very long time, and on one end it's the little hand that had that scratcher, but on the other end it's a shoehorn. but it's really long. So I got to use it when I tore my ACL because I couldn't bend my knee to put my shoe on.
Now, see, I've got one of those long shoe horns, but it does not have a back scratcher.
Yeah, mine has a hand on it. It
I
scratches.
like that multi-purpose.
It's wonderful.
Now I had
use the shoehorn as a back scratcher. There's no reason you couldn't do that.
No, you need the claws.
The hand's better.
Now
yeah.
I had one of those telescoping back scratchers, so that and then it's got a little pen clip, so it looks like you have a pen, when you're in your
so
shirt
people
pocket.
don't make fun of you.
But it's a back scratcher. But it didn't. It sort of fell apart.
We're getting reports.
Yeah.
AutoZone. They sell them with a magnet on, so if you drop anything metal, you can pick it up.
Okay.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree, Bed Bath & Beyond, the Flying J on 21st and 9th West, or the Loves on Redwood and North Temple. Blaine's a driver. Blaine's a driver. He knows.
Those are really specific.
Dollar store. So, yeah, everybody
There's a dollar
knows.
store close to me. Maybe I'll go look there. And there's always interesting people in the dollar store.
And does talking about it make you need it worse?
Yeah.
Can you talk yourself out of it?
No.
No.
No, I don't.
And you've got
think so.
nothing around you that would substitute.
No, I don't really.
See, over here,
I don't have anything long enough here.
over here, I got the samurai sword, I suppose.
Oh
you
yeah, you can.
could use
That'd
that.
work.
I don't know. Let's see.
That'd
Take that to the Waffle House, Carrie. Don't you, what are you
It's
doing?
plastic.
No, it's real.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's so shiny it looks like plastic. You know
It's,
what I mean? That
Yeah, it's metal.
not very sharp.
Carrie just has a samurai sword within reach.
Well, you got to these days.
Yeah, I mean, it may come in handy.
In these trying times.
In these trying times, always have a samurai sword
Well,
nearby.
I can probably get a back scratcher on Amazon.
Well, of course, but
Yeah,
you
but
don't
then
want to
you
do
gotta
that.
wait for it.
Yeah, go to the Flying
A
J.
day. Just a day.
Go to the Flying J. Support a local business.
There is something I want to get on Amazon though. It's
What?
It was a kind of a butter that I saw yesterday.
A butter?
And I thought of you, Gina, because as everyone knows, you're made of butter. Right? And I'm looking just quickly.
Like a body butter or a
No,
butter
no,
you eat?
it's something to eat. And let me just there it is, my cart. I put it in my cart even.
Oh, it's sitting there waiting for you.
Butter. Some butter.
Now I can't find
You
it.
thought of me when you thought of butter.
I did.
Well, look for it during the break, and we
All
will
right.
try to find the butter.
Give
me the butter. All right.
If I lost it, I'm going to be upset.
You'll keep looking. You'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back with the butter coming up after these. Wendy's for breakfast. At participating U.S. Wendy's, the hot honey chicken biscuit is available during breakfast hours. Why did I specify the biscuit and the breakfast hours? Because this sandwich is available all day. You can get it for lunch or supper or whatever, but they serve it on the warm buttermilk biscuits with butter on them as well for breakfast. Now, the sandwich, everybody is talking about this sandwich. They've really nailed it with this hot honey sauce that they've concocted. It's delicious. They drizzle that over a spicy chicken fillet, and you can get it prepared one of three ways. They'll ask you at the window. Then they put on the applewood smoked bacon, a layer of that, and then they put on the melty pepper jack, a layer of that, and then the stack of tangy, crunchy dill chips. So you get all the flavors, all the textures, everything happening on this sandwich all at once. And if you have it for breakfast, I haven't had it for breakfast yet. I got to try this. Maybe I have to have it DoorDashed or something, but they serve it on the warm buttermilk biscuit. So hit the drive-through, Wendy's.
The X96 app is...
It's one of the most hotly debated public lands issues of the past several decades. The reintroduction of the gray wolf into Yellowstone National Park. Now, a similar controversy is brewing in Utah's state capital. Tonight on PBS, Frontline looks at the movement to reintroduce penguins into Salt Lake City. As recently as 40 years ago, Magellanic penguins roamed free in the tree-lined neighborhoods of Salt Lake's Avenues district. The flightless birds had few natural enemies, and their huge flocks were a common sight. But unrestricted hunting, family pets turned predator, and encroaching civilization all took their toll on these funny, waddling creatures, and they eventually became extinct in Salt Lake City. Join Frontline correspondents as they talk to the old-timers who still remember what it was like when penguins walked the Avs.
Well, what I remember most was the mess. Now, there were some that thought the penguins was cute. That is until they lived up here and had to clean up all the poop.
Oh, I do miss 'em. I remember when I was just a little shaver. You'd fall asleep to the sounds of 'em making that weird call they do. It was kind of scary. And kind of romantic, too, when you think about it.
Frontline will talk to the people who want to bring the penguins back to Salt Lake and to those who oppose it.
The penguins were here as a natural part of the environment. The delicate ecosystem of the Avenues district and of Capitol Hill, for that matter, will remain out of balance until the penguins are brought back.
Well, most of us in law enforcement in Salt Lake are against reintroducing the penguin into the city. I mean, we've got our hands full already, what with the gangs and such. Besides, a pack of them little bastards killed my grandfather's brother years ago. You know, they say that penguins are shy and won't approach humans, but I know different.
Will the penguins return to Salt Lake City? It's an in-depth look at the entire issue tonight on Frontline.
It's 9:48.
Did you find it?
No, well, I just clicked on browsing history.
Yeah.
You would think it'd be there, but I don't see the butter.
Somebody says don't order food from Amazon. I work there, so don't order butter from Amazon.
It's
Don't do it.
I'm really upset. I wanted to try this butter and I can't find it.
What was unique about the butter?
I don't even remember. I just know I wanted it.
It was creamy. It was sweet and creamy butter.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Was it
Oh,
from
well.
a certain animal? A different, not a cow?
No, it wasn't ghee. Don't tell me ghee. It's not ghee.
Don't get me started
That's
on
not
ghee.
butter.
Yeah.
That's not butter.
I don't know. Never mind.
No?
Never mind. Don't make me
Got
go
me
through
thinking
this
about
again.
butter now.
No, I'm not going to do it. It was in a. I'll find it.
It was in one of those articles where it gave you a list of things,
Yeah.
and it says if you would like to purchase this, then
Yeah.
you click here, and it said it was one of those.
Yeah, and it's there, and it's impossible. It's now impossible.
So you were
to
sucked into a butter list, Bill.
I was. I admit it. 100%. I'm really susceptible to that kind of thing. I'm an easy mark, especially when it comes to food items and kitchen goods, kitchen appliances and gadgets.
Back scratchers.
I like kitchen gadgets a lot.
Sue told me that she goes, we haven't ordered from Pampered Chef in ages. She goes, but my favorite spatula comes from there.
Mm-hmm.
And we got one like 20 years ago that she used every day, and now it's starting to get some wear on it, so she had to order a new one.
But then do you get inundated with Pampered Chef stuff?
That's
Can
the
you
problem.
just order Pampered Chef, or do you have to, like...
I'm sure she's
have a-
figured something out, but I just remember the last time, we kept getting spammed, junk mail from Pampered Chef forever. She goes, it's the best thing that Pampered Chef sells. And I said, no, I disagree. And I reached into the cupboard, and there's this little square piece of plastic. And it's just flat.
It's a scraper.
It's a scraper. I said, that's the best thing that Pampered
What
Chef
do you
sells.
use that for?
Scraping.
Scraping your food that's been cooked into your pans and things
Oh,
like
when you're a cleaning thing. It's
Yeah.
a cleaning thing. Oh,
Yeah, scraper.
Yeah, scraping.
that's what your fingernails are for.
Carrie, can you use your butter voice to say on the day of my daughter's wedding? Well, that is my Marlon Brando impression. If people ask me, do you have a Marlon Brando impression? I say, yes, it's this. Get me the butter on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Don't ask about that.
Don't ask about that, no.
If you don't know, don't ask. Man, it is really...
It's going to drive you crazy
Yes.
the rest of the day, isn't it?
Yes, oh, jeez.
So I'm going to Google butter list.
It says browsing history. You'd think, because I did see it on Amazon, and I was sure I put it in my...
Butter list.
It's not going to come up.
I need some good butter.
It's not going to come up. I like
let's
butter.
Oh, butter. Yeah, salted. Gotta be.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time with that unsalted crap.
We have unsalted butter in this
Why?
house.
Why?
Because my husband cooks with it, because he says you add the salt. If there's salt in the butter, you can't tell how much salt there is.
Well, okay. For cooking, fine. But
Bill, I found the very best butter brands according to the test kitchen.
Oh.
Could it be this?
I don't think so. I think it was...
Best butter for every day, Land O'Lakes salted butter.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Best European style butter, Kerrygold pure Irish butter. We have that.
we got both of those in the fridge right now.
Best value butter. So don't have value butter, but if you're gonna have value, the challenge butter with the stag on it.
Oh yeah, challenge is fine. Yeah,
sure.
Best pasture raised butter.
Ooh.
Vital Farms salted butter.
We use Costco butter a lot, mostly, I think.
That means you use a lot of butter.
We do.
We go through the butter.
I use it once a month in my hair. Keeps the dandruff down
Just
and
once
makes
a
my
month?
hair shiny.
Just once a month?
Yeah, just once a month.
You know, if you change your budgeting around, you could go once a week.
You know what I did one time? I heard that, and I really did this, and this was years ago, that mayonnaise, if you put mayonnaise in your hair and let it sit for a while and then wash it out, that it was a really, and not every day, but once a month or something, it was a really good conditioner for your hair. So I tried it. It was the worst thing I had ever done,
and
because
then you
you know
smell
what?
like-
You can't wash it out completely the first time. It takes 2 or 3 days of washing your hair to get it out.
You see, before the internet fake stuff, there were things like this that would go around.
Yeah.
You know what I heard?
Yeah. I probably read it in some magazine or something, some little factoid in a magazine. But it was a disaster. Don't put mayonnaise in your hair.
Now I'm getting inundated with the people supporting unsalted butter for various reasons. Let me clarify.
Don't clarify your butter. Clarified butter is another thing.
I'll just say this. Don't serve me on the table with your unsalted butter, all right?
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to put unsalted butter on a roll.
On a roll or toast or muffin. Don't waste my time with your unsalted butter.
No unsalted butter with that. You want the salted butter.
We have both.
Here's Blaine. You liberal elites and your fancy butter. We just used Bluebonnet right out of the tub, and it was fine.
I'm a margarine family.
Remember, they said margarine was better for you, and people switched to margarine.
Yeah.
And then as it turns out, it's actually worse.
It's worse for you.
Health-wise.
Your body doesn't know what to do with it.
But it spreads so nicely on.
Well, yes, there's that.
I can't believe it's not butter.
No, we get the white Wonder Bread and then the margarine in the tub, like he talked about, and spread it out, and then pour sugar on it, and it was the greatest thing.
Good Lord.
None of that is good for you.
No.
Not one part of that is good.
And I can't imagine that it even tastes good.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh. It's the poor family's dessert.
It was wonderful.
You know, my grandmother before church, if I'd been a good boy, would give me bread, like white bread, like Wonder Bread, torn up, into pieces, in a bowl with a little bit of milk and sprinkled with sugar.
Man, my dad ate that all the time.
And she would also save toast, like she'd do extra toast, and so you had buttered, kind of stale pieces of toast. You break it up and put milk on it and eat it. Oh, so good. Milk
all
toast.
Right. Well, let's do the promo and crawl towards the exits.
Okay.
Coming up on Wednesday's Radio from Hell show.
Well, at 6:45, it's Things That Must Go, and we know you always have something to bitch about.
So send your must-goes to radiofromhell@x96.com, and we might help you get rid of these things.
And then you know what? At 7:45, get ready to call with your COVID and vaccine questions, because Dr. Cobble will be here to answer them.
It's all happening on Wednesday's Radio from Hell show, X96.
We can ask Dr. Cobble if the pandemic is over.
Well, let's see. Did we miss anything? We talked about Mardi Gras. Meth disguised as onions.
Oh, yeah, I saw those
You
pictures.
see that? Nearly $3 million worth of meth disguised as onions.
How was it disguised as
They were rolled up like white onions, so when you looked into a box, it just
looked like onions.
Well, that's clever.
Let's see.
Criminals are very ingenious sometimes, aren't they?
Well, you say that, but they got caught, so I don't know how ingenious it is.
Let's see. 12-year-old kid, his mother offered him $1,800 to stay off social media until he was 18.
Mm-hmm.
He just cashed his check.
Yeah, he did it.
Yep.
At least as far as his mom knew, he did it. He has friends with computers,
Yep. The states banned sales of Russian vodka. Yep. Well, we've already bought it, so it's just going to sit in the warehouse. Let's see. Yeah,
pretty good.
Looks like we got it covered.
Yeah.
All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Sure, blame the waffles.